In this presentation, let's look at marginal revenue product and marginal resource cost. MRP and MRC can be used to determine the efficient employment point of resources for a firm. Let's begin by labeling MRP and MRC on the vertical and quantity of factors of production on the horizontal. MRP is the change in revenue attributed to a change in a specific factor of production. MRC is the change in cost that comes from a change in a particular factor. In this example, we will use labor as our FP. Here's our MRC. In a competitive labor market, each additional worker would cost the same amount. In our example, this firm would suffer an additional $90 in cost to employ each additional worker. Remember, this is the marginal resource cost. We're just looking at the added cost of employing the next factor of production. Next, let's look at MRP. When we employ additional worker number 1, an additional $140 of revenue is produced. That's this point. As we employ the next factor of production, more output and more revenue is created. Worker 2 brings an additional 120 in revenue, and so on. This pattern continues. As more factors of production are employed, more output and more revenue are generated for the firm. This added revenue is from adding a worker. At factor 5, however, only $70 of additional revenue is created for the firm. Remember, the marginal resource cost to employ that worker is $90. Where the marginal revenue product and marginal resource cost are equal is the optimal employment for these factors of production. In this example, the firm should employ up to the 4th worker because the added revenue generated by this input is equal to the added cost of employing this factor of production.